Hey guys. So gonna give you the roundup of all of this week's new beauty releases, makeup releases and sneak peeks, and there's quite a few to get through. Not as many as some previous weeks, but let's just jump straight into it. So KKW is coming out with a new highlighter palette. Okay, I'm not feeling like this is anything to go absolutely mad about or anything. I mean, the swatches look really nice and the finger swatches on the actual fingers look really nice, but I feel like the lighting where they took those pictures are probably deceiving us a little bit, because it's like it's a little bit dim, you know? So I can't really say that these will be good or bad or indifferent, I don't know, until we see it on somebody like properly. I don't know. But what I do like is that the top corner, you have like a really pale looking shade, and then right next to it you've got a shade which is most definitely for somebody who has a deeper complexion. So in this palette, the likeliness of somebody having something to suit them is possible. Although I feel like with these kinds of palettes, because there's so many different shades for different skin tones, like from really pale to a deeper shade skin tone, somebody who uses the palest color isn't going to get any use out of the one which is a lot darker, unless they use it for their eyes. I guess you can use anything for anything, but I think if you're going to be using this just solely for your highlight, you're going to be limited. And that's not just for KKW, that's just for a lot of highlighter palettes that are out there, I'm just saying. Next, Jouer Cosmetics have revealed the Essential Jet Set Matte Eyeshadow Palette, which is $24. I'm not too keen on this. I'm not feeling it too tough. I like the orangey shade and that really pale peach shade. I think it's like the second one in from the left. I like that. So those two shades I really like. But aside from that, I just don't feel like it's anything that I would need to go out and get. I think I understand the whole premise of it, which is like, it's just your essentials, what you'll potentially need when you are on the go, traveling, whatever. I completely understand that. And for that purpose, it's perfect. For me, it's perfect. Because when I'm traveling, when I'm going places, I don't really want to do any crazy dramatic looks. I just want to do something simple, quick, natural, gone. Because I want to spend the majority of my time doing things rather than doing my makeup. So this is just the essentials: crease colors, lid shades, brow bone colors, good to go. So for that, I guess it's great, but I don't really spend a lot of my time traveling anyway, so I wouldn't feel the need to be getting this. Sleek have come out with the new limited edition Stonework Eyelash Palette. I've seen this in store and I'm not really that keen on it. I'm just not keen on it. I think that blue shade is actually a cream. If I remember correctly, it's a cream. And I don't really like creams and powders together in a palette, because even my, they have a highlighter palette, which I have. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's got cream shade, it's got cream highlighters and it's got powder highlighters. And I tend to find that all the powder just goes off into the cream and then just messes up the cream, and it's just not. So I don't like palettes that have cream and powder shades together. But the shades of these just don't really, they just don't speak to me anyway. Oh, again with the Jet Set collection from Jouer, they have the lip kits, which has a full-size cream lip liner, a mini long wear lip color. I think one of them is probably like a liquid lip and the other one's probably like a lip topper. I like the packaging of this. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Louis Vuitton, their luggage wear sets. I really like the way that those look, and this is kind of reminiscent of those. Pretty, but just not necessary for me. Versailles are coming out with two new jelly beams, which are their highlighters, their jelly highlighters. One is like a gold, the other one's like a rose pinky kind of shade. I really like the rose pinky one, but anyone who watches me, you know that I like rose pink. But I feel like the jelly putty highlighter thing is just, it's so gimmicky. It's just so gimmicky. I just don't need it. It's not necessarily up. it's not necessary, and I find that powders do the job just fine for me. And I would only really use the liquid highlighters, jelly highlighters, cream highlighters for if I'm going to be putting, I just want to intensify my powder highlight, so I just don't need this. Oh, it looks like Rosie is coming out with her own makeup line called Rose Ink. I can see this just being very natural, just very pink. I would like to see what she comes out with, but I don't think that it's going to be tailored for somebody like myself. But I'm gonna reserve judgment until I actually see what she comes out with. Beauty Blender are coming out with the new Sapphire Beauty Blender. Is it just the color that's different? Is there something different about the sponge? Does it do something different? Is it made for something aside from just blending out your foundation? Like, I don't know. Okay, fine. Glow Recipe are coming out with a sheet mask, a watermelon glow jelly sheet mask, which is $8. See, I like sheet masks like this and the cloth ones. The ones that, I prefer the cloth ones to these jelly things here, because they dry down and I know that all of the serum has gone into my skin. I think that was something that I said in one of my previous videos. I don't know who Glow Recipe are. It's the first time I've heard of them. Please don't shoot me if like you know who they are and I don't, like, please. But I like the theme of the watermelon, but I don't feel like it's necessary for me. Spent $8 on a jelly sheet mask. But I wonder if it smells good, because that's always a selling point for me, if something smells good. Next, Beckham Cosmetics are dropping 2 new palettes. They're face palettes, and it looks like it's like contour, bronzer, highlight kind of thing. They're $44 each. Woo! For that price tag, I hope that they are jumping up and applying themselves to my skin too. These, they look nice. I can't deny it. It does, like, the packaging looks sophisticated. I like that. But aside from that, I don't feel like I need any more bronzers, any more contours, any more highlights. I just don't need it right now. Morphe are coming out with their first bullet lipsticks, and they're all red from the looks of it. And I'm not a red person. Are they matte? Yeah, mega matte. So if you're into matte lipsticks, this will probably be perfect for you, because these are $9 each, or $35 for the set. I believe there's 5 in the set. They're just different shades of red. Cool. Wet n Wild Beauty are coming out with the Lash Renegade Mascara. I like the packaging of this. This is so different. I haven't seen them come out with anything like this before. I like the packaging. I'm not like a huge mascara person. Like, I know a good mascara from a bad mascara, but it's like, even with a bad mascara, I can make it work somehow. So I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, you know, is it gonna be the next best thing? Am I gonna need it in my collection? Because I don't feel like I'm in need of mascaras. But yeah, so congratulations to Wet n Wild on their Lash Renegade Mascara. I love the packaging. I think you did it with that. The Fortune palette, it looks like this is what it's going to be. Did we already see this? Because I remember I saw a palette and it was literally, it looked just like this, but the inside was kind of like very cool tone, neutral colors. I don't remember these berry shades, these golds. I don't remember that brown. I don't remember that orange either. Like, the top 2 rows of that palette look very, like, I remember those, but the bottom 2, I don't remember it looking like that. Definitely not. So if this is the palette, if this is the same palette but now they've confirmed the shades, I prefer these shades. I still don't feel like it fits in 100% with the theme, but I prefer these shades to the shades that we saw previously, because those ones were just kind of like, what you doing there, Colourpop, what are you doing? But I definitely prefer these shades. Morphe are coming out with 2 new 15-pan palettes. And they've got the 15B Brunch Babe and the 15H Happy Hour. I definitely prefer the Happy Hour, but these look a lot like what we've already seen. I don't feel like they're doing much different, but you know what? They're sticking to what they know sells. They know that these kind of palettes is what sells in for their company, so they just stick to it. And I guess, you know what, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Give Me Glow Cosmetics are coming out with a new eyeshadow palette called the Summer Vibes palette. This is nice. I really like that green in the corner, and right down next to it is that orangey color and that pink. I really like these. I like this. This is a really nice looking palette. I haven't heard of Give Me Glow Cosmetics before. Am I late? I'm probably just late. I don't know. But I like this. And hopefully it's pigmented. And it looks like you can remove the pans and rearrange them to however you want. But in saying that, if that's the case, why bother to print the shades onto the palette if I'm able to rearrange it? Why not just print it on the back, like on a sticker on the back of the pan? That's just my thoughts. That's just my thoughts. This is really pretty though, I can't deny it. Ugh, Dominique Cosmetics has now revealed their lemonade palette, and even though I find this a beautiful palette, I'm just thinking to myself, this is just not lemonade. It's not lemonade. I just don't see it at all whatsoever anywhere. I don't see it. There's like what, there's 2 yellows, there's a creamy kind of shade, there's a peachy goldy shade, there's 2 pinks. I'm just kind of confused. Like this just is, I don't understand why these companies are coming out with lemonade palettes if they're not actually showing us anything that's lemonade. The thing is, I'm interested in this palette. It's just a little bit irritating that it's just not in line with the theme that they had first, you know, spoken of. That's how they're marketing it, as lemonade. I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. But fine, do what you're doing. I am interested in this. Maybe if it comes to Beauty Bay or some kind of, or like Cult Beauty or anything like that, depending on how much it sells for, I might get it. Kiehl's lip mask, butter mask for lips, overnight lip treatment. Okay, it has wild mango butter and it's infused with coconut oil. Just the sound of that, like the coconut oil and the wild mango butter, that just sounds so delicious and yummy to me. But what I tend to use is just some lip balm at night and I'm good to go. Then Colourpop have come out with their new collaboration with Wilson Gabriel. I don't know who that is, but it looks like there's lip shades, there is eyeshadow palette by the looks of it, highlighter, or a couple of highlighters as well, and it all comes in a bundle. Oh, and it looks like there's some kind of, is that a lip liner as well? And it is a limited edition set. Well, listen, Colourpop are just like bang, 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 bang. Like they're not waiting for none of y'all. They're really not. They're really not. This just looks so natural and neutral. Like everything that we've already seen before. Nothing's new. On to the next one. Kylie is coming out with some new lip kits. Boss and Victoria. These to me are just red. They're just red. Thanks, Kylie. Oh, now we're seeing the Melt Cosmetics, the new eyeshadow palette called Gemini. I like this. It's not for me. I don't feel like this is my kind of eyeshadow palette, but I do like it because it's very earthy. It's, even though it's natural in a sense of we're using natural shades like the browns and the greens. There's a black in there. There's like an olivey shade as well. These are all very natural, Mother Earthy kind of shades. But at the same time, I kind of feel like it's a natural palette which isn't just brown. The pops of color are the greens and the olives. Those are your pops of color. So I personally feel like pops of color don't have to be like electric blue and purple and red and pink, and do you know what I'm saying? Like you can have earthy pops of color. So this to me, it is different because it has a very earthy vibe, but it's just not my kind of palette. But it will be somebody's palette because Melt Cosmetics, they have quite you know, a large following. They have quite a large customer base, so this will sell like nobody's business. Whew. And lastly, Life's a Drag by Luna Beauty, which is Manny MUA's company. I don't like this. I really don't. From the name, I'm not too keen on the Life's a Drag name. I guess it's because it doesn't really speak to me. Obviously there was a reason why he chose it, so it means something to him. So, but from the name, I'm just not keen on it. The makeup on the front of the palette, like the eyes and stuff, it just doesn't appeal to me. Also because it comes with like these shades that he's chosen, the yellow, the purple, the aquamarine, that pink, brick red, and that blue are just so elementary. I just feel like I'll find that in a pack of crayons. I don't feel like they're just standard purple, standard blue, standard yellow. It's like they weren't refined colors. I just don't feel like it speaks to me. I mean, the first 8 shades on the left hand side of the palette, I like those. I really do like those. And I think that if he was to bring out a palette which were just like those kind of shades, everyone would just shut him down. I would be like, why are you bringing out a palette which has just these natural shades like everybody else does? But at the same time, you can't not have those shades in there, because then people are going to be like, well, where's the crease color? Where's the brow bone color? Where's the black? You need to have a black. You need to have do you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't win. But with those shades and then those bright shades together, it just does not, they just don't blend. They just don't match. Maybe if he had mixed up the palette a little bit, where it wasn't so obviously like, here are your natural shades and here are your brights. Maybe if he had like mixed them up a little bit, maybe it would work a little bit better. But because sometimes the way you look at something and you visualize it can really make or break a palette, and for me this just does not speak to me at all whatsoever. So I won't be buying this. But it doesn't mean to say that it's a crap palette because I won't get it. It doesn't mean that, you know what I mean? Because I have never seen the way that it works, whether or not it's, you know, whether or not the formula is good or not, I don't know. But just on the way that this looks, I'm just not keen on it. But at the same time, I have to say congratulations to Manny MUA for his new eyeshadow palette and his brand new makeup brand, Luna Beauty. And I do wish you all of the success in the world. Just because I won't get it doesn't mean that I'm like not a fan. Like it doesn't mean that I don't support, do you know what I'm saying? I'm just not feeling this particular product. So, but congratulations nonetheless. So those are all of the new releases that I found on Trendmood. Is there anything on here that you will be getting? Anything that you want to just miss? Anything that you're just curious about? Let me know. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.